I just spent 1 week in the hospital. I was unable to move or get out of bed, needed help getting up. And the title might have been a little bit of clickbait. I didn't almost die, but if I would have waited any longer, I potentially could have died and had horrible health complications. Luckily, I went to the hospital pretty early on. Let's just say I had to have a drain hooked up to my stomach, and yeah, for several days, laying in pain. They had me on so much pain medications. Let's just say it was the worst week of my life. I lost 15 pounds in a week. I'm like the skinniest I've been since high school. I'm feeling better now, but I just went through, not hell, but that's what I would imagine hell would feel like for a week of just torture. And like I said, I'm fine now. We got everything figured out, but it felt like I was going to die. It felt like, you know, that's the way that I was envisioning it. And I was just had 7 days to lay in bed and think and kind of get my priorities straight. So I think the first thing that I realized is how thankful that I am just to be able to like get up and like move around. Like I took that so for granted. I never had a situation where that was taken away. So that being taken away gives me so much more respect for people that are just in situations like that where they can't move or they, you know, going through horrible health complications. It's like the worst. Like there's honestly, I can't describe it any other way, and I can't imagine living like that, let alone like I had to live like that for a week. I can't imagine having to live like that like permanently. So I feel horrible, and I will do everything in my power to make sure I do not get back to that. So just be super thankful. And I've heard people say that, but you're never gonna understand it unless you've been put in a situation where, you know, you're actually thankful. You know what I mean? So just blessed to be able to wake up and move around and not be in pain and actually get stuff done. Because there's a whole lot more shit you can be depressed about. And I finally understand when people say now, like, if your health isn't right, nothing else matters. Like people say you're chasing the money, you're chasing this, you're chasing that. But for real, if your health is not right, that's the only thing that matters. This week, I signed probably $12,000 worth of shit laying in bed. I closed an $8,000 month retainer, and my videos on TikTok shop generated me close to $4,000 this week. So yeah, I made like 12K while I was laying in bed, and I didn't give a shit. Like when I tell you I was looking at my phone and it was just no dopamine at all whatsoever from that. So your health is the number one thing that you need to be focusing on. I was smoking weed. My last video was literally about smoking weed. I don't know if I can even smoke anymore. It's just like, what if that ends up something with my lungs? What if that causes inflammation? That's just like so many potential things that could happen by doing that. So I don't know if I'll ever do it again. Like I'm sure I'll maybe eat edibles, but just the smoking part, it's just, what I just went through just scarred me. Like quite literally, it was horrible. I just got out quite literally 3 hours ago. I'm feeling good enough to get out. I wanted to instantly get out and film something. So that's something else I learned. It's just your health is the most important thing. Make sure you are healthy. Make sure you take care of yourself, because the money, none of that, all that is second. Your health, your body, being able to move around is the number one thing that you need to be focused on. So any of those vices, you're not gonna quit them unless you go through some shit like this. But I'm just letting you know, if you have, maybe that's what it's gonna take for some of you guys to let some of this stuff go. But smoking or drinking, like long-term cancer and all those, I couldn't imagine like getting cancer. That is my biggest fear. Like going through that, like that, just knowing it's in you, like that would just be something that just, oof. Another thing that I really thought about was just getting my priorities straight and just figuring out what I really want to do. I feel like we all waste a lot of time just with fluff and just nonsense that doesn't even push the needle forward in our life. So I went in my notes app and I wrote down like everything that I wanted to do. And then it was a bunch of different stuff, different places I wanted to go, things I wanted to do. And I sat there and chopped it down and chopped it down and chopped it and got it down to like 2 or 3 things that I really wanted to do in all of life. Like I just sat there and thought about it. Like what do I need to do? Like what would be the number one things that I need to do to get there? And I think I'm gonna finally start like pushing that needle forward and doing what I want to do. And I'm gonna keep some of it private, but just actually taking business seriously and actually locking in on that and not messing around and wasting time and taking it more serious. That's the first thing. Traveling was another really big thing that I wanted to do, which correlated in the business. I need money to travel. And then one other thing that I'm not going to get into, and then one other thing, which is just staying healthy, staying active, making sure that my body is good, making sure my diet's good, making sure that I'm not doing anything that would potentially put me in risk to go through anything like I just ever went again. So I think that's super important, just getting your priorities straight. And it took something like this to really get me to open my eyes, like, holy shit, I'm wasting time. Like, that was it was a horrible fucking week that just made me realize that. So that's something else that I think I really thought a lot about this week. And also one of the things I thought a lot about was just dying. I think about dying a lot, actually. Like, it's something that crosses my mind on a daily basis, pretty much. And just trying to come to terms with what is death, and like how do you process that? Like, just the unexistence of you. Like, how do you process that? So I think about that a lot, and I was thinking about it, and I think that kind of goes back into what I really want to do. And I think as you get older, you'll become satisfied with life, so the acceptance of death just is easier. So I think while I'm young, the goal is definitely to make sure I just get my goals done, so I'm actually satisfied when death comes around, so I will be satisfied. Because I think people that are unsatisfied with death, I'm talking about people when you're old, like when you get old and older, I think they just didn't do what they needed to do in life. They're not fulfilled. They didn't do what they needed to do, so they feel incomplete, so they don't want to die. I want to do everything that I want to do and achieve it and do all this stuff, so whenever that time does come, that, you know, hopefully I'm very old, hopefully I've lived a long life, hopefully that's the case. But oh shit, a bird just flew by me. But you never know, like, you never know what's gonna happen. So it's just going ahead and getting started on that now, because like I said, with life, you never know. Like, just like this week, like, some crazy shit could have happened. I'm okay, but, you know, I think just making sure you get satisfied before you die and you achieve the stuff that you want to achieve, because it's gonna happen. It's something that everybody's gonna have to deal with. Everybody around you is going to die. Your parents are gonna die. Your significant others are gonna die. All your family is going to die. And you just gotta, I don't even know. Just gotta fucking, I don't even know. I'm still trying to figure it out. You just gotta live and do what you want to do. I think that's what I came to the conclusion is live and do what you want to do and travel and see and explore and take care of the people. That's why I'm trying to get rich, so I can take care of everybody. I think a lot of people think that I'm rich already right now, and they think I should be giving my family like a bunch of money and I should be helping everybody out. But realistically, the money I have now is just going to be chump change to where I'm going to be. And I understand that, and people around me don't see that. They can't see my future. I can only see my future. You know what I mean? I'm going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'll actually be able to actually help the people around me, rather than $10,000 here, $10,000 here. Here you go, here's $10,000 to my family. It's not going to do anything in the long term. Yeah, it'll be a nice, like, oh, $10,000. It'll be a nice little, like, high for a couple of days, but I need to retire my bloodline so they never have to worry about anything. And I can't do that with what I have right now. So the money I have right now is what I'm going to be using to get there, and it's just something that I have to live off of, and I don't know how long it's going to take me, so I need as much money as possible to live off of so I can actually make it to that next level. I don't know. I feel like I'm yapping at this point, but yeah, this is one of the worst weeks of my life. I've just been thinking a lot, like literally all week was just thinking. I was laying in bed, unable to sleep, in pain. And yeah, just take care of yourself. Just don't let that happen to you. Don't end up in the hospital. Just make sure your body is good. Drinking every weekend, smoking all the time, doing all this harmful drugs, doing all this harmful stuff to your body, harmful foods, harmful lifestyle. Like, it's all harmful to the body, the temple that you have. And you won't understand that until something happens to you. I'll catch you guys next time.